Hey guys, thanks for joining me. This is Angie at Chicken Scratch. This is what we're making today. It is a Valentine fun fold card, and it opens up just like this. You can either write your message here or you can stamp another image. Okay, so the following video was filmed live last week, and you're welcome to fast forward through all the talking. I tried to keep it to a minimum. After I make the card, I did do some Q&A, and I also showed a diagram or a picture of my new Stampin' Studio we're moving later this year. If you have any feedback on this, like any suggestions, I welcome them. I'm terrified of designing this room and then realizing later that I forgot something. So if you have any feedback, I'd love to hear it. Okay, thanks a lot. I hope you enjoy the video. We're using 3 stamp sets today, but you don't have to use all 3. So once I make this card, this fun fold card, you can see that you can use any sentiments that you have. We are using this image from Heartfelt. We're using a greeting from the Heart to Heart, and then we're using a greeting from the Parisian Beauty. Supplies. We're using Real Red cardstock that measures 11 by 5.5, and another piece that's scraps for something, die cutting. And then we have scraps, Whisper White, for stamping. And then we have 2 pieces of from the Valentine paper, and it measures 5 1/4 by 2.5 and 5 1/4 by 1. So when you cut this paper, cut both of these, you know, consecutively, because when you make the card, there's going to be some space, but it looks so much better if the, you know, where I cut here, it's going to then be down here with a little bit of a gap. And you'll see what I mean, but cut those together before you take your paper off the trimmer. So now back to the other pieces of Whisper White. All 3 measure 5 1/4 inches wide. Rewind. Okay, 5 1/4 by 4, 5 1/4 by 1 3/4 times 2. Yes. Okay. That's all the layers. So normally we have 8.5 by 8.5 by 5.5 for our card base. Today we're having 11 by 5.5. Hopefully I said that right earlier, because this is a fun fold card. So I'm going to score it at 2 3/4, 4 3/4, and 6 3/4. So we're just going to fold on all these score lines. Okay, so you can tell this is, man, that does not look right. Oh, well. Yeah, it does. Now y'all see why it stumped me last week. So it's going to open. Did I get adhesive on there? That's okay. It's going to get covered up. So we're going to start with Real Red ink, and this is the inside of our card. So I'm going to do the same thing I did last week. I have not touched this one since last week. Oh, it's so quiet now. In my in our new house, the AC, the furnace unit won't be near my. The furnace unit is where? Oh, it's all on the other side. So, yes, I won't have to deal with it. Okay, so this is going to go in here. But before we attach it, we want to add this little strip of Designer Series paper. So I'm going to get my liquid glue. Make sure you put it on there right side up. Okay, now we can go ahead and add it inside here. Yeah. For some reason, this space right here looks too big. So while I'm adding the adhesive, I'm going to go ahead and say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that my box template was so wrong. For 2 days in a row, I told y'all the wrong thing. And And I even had someone call me out on it and ask, and I'm like, oh no, it's right, I'm sure. And I double checked and double checked. And the problem was I was combining 2 different boxes that I was working on at the same time. I'm so embarrassed and I'm so sorry. Hopefully you guys didn't waste a bunch of paper printing it. I have corrected it. I corrected all the inspiration sheets. I corrected the template. It was for this box, this one and the painted poppies, the poppies one. Yeah, I was combining 2 different boxes. I'm so sorry. Okay, so now for this piece, we're going to stamp this image. What's it say? Oh, it's upside down. You make my life better. That would be my husband. Isn't that so pretty? And this is in the Heart to Heart stamp set. I'm going to set that aside and let that dry. And now we're going to take this piece here and I'm going to ink up this image, but I am going to get my Stampin' Mat because this is a full image. When you're stamping the greetings, a lot of times you don't need the Stampin' Mat. They stamp pretty well, but I always need the Stampin' Mat when I'm stamping a solid image. And I have a couple already stamped in case, because I have not cleaned this image since I filmed some videos, so hopefully it'll stamp good. I think that was 3 seconds. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And if not, like I said, because these are the ones I stamped live with you guys last week. So at the moment, sometimes it doesn't look like it's stamped properly, but then when it dries, it looks good. Yeah, so we're going to move that aside now. Get this out of my way. Close this up. Now let's add our Designer Series paper to here. So see what I mean about these lining up? Okay. Now this layer is going to go. You can add it either place. You can add it here or here. I was looking for a third greeting to go in there, but I didn't find one that was what I wanted it to say. So I might go back and look at some of my other stamp sets, like the Valentine set from last year. I didn't look at that one. And I also wanted to put some extra hearts on here. I used the new die that we have. I'll grab that and show y'all in just a minute. I used to put confetti in people's cards when I would send it to them. So every time they would open their card, confetti would fall out everywhere. So I was thinking that we could use all those hearts for that. This thingy. Did y'all notice this in the catalog? Isn't it so pretty? I haven't used it yet other than to cut out all these hearts because I was thinking that would be really fun to put this in here. We need to cut out, we're using the Stitch So Sweetly dies. I already warned y'all that I was going to use them a lot. And they're just, oh, they're so cute. I love them. So we're going to cut out these 2 using the Big Shot. So I'm going to slide everything out of the way and do that. Here they are. So we're using Flirty Flamingo and Real Red. This is going to get attached here. So I'm going to use my liquid glue. Let's get that out of the way. I almost have a blooper video ready for y'all. I've been saving them up. I think it's up to like 2 minutes. I tend to say the same things over and over and over again, like a broken record. So several of them are like me doing the same thing. So now this piece here, you want to align on your card so that it's the center, because this is your focal point, but you got to make sure that you only put adhesive on, you know, up here or up here. You don't want to put adhesive down here because then it would stick and then your card wouldn't open, okay? So that's the center. So if you count from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you don't want to go, so like 6 up. Stop there, okay? I won't even go near that 6th. Ooh, I have ink on there or something. Okay. The good thing about the liquid glue is you can always move it if, you can move it real quick if it's not where you want it. That looks pretty good. I don't know, it looks a little close to the bottom, but it will be fine. Okay, so now we're going to add, yeah, it's a little low. It might be also crooked. Oh well. So we're going to put some liquid glue in the center here and some liquid glue here. This one's going to go over here and it's going to just go right past the edge. Kind of like how I did, well, no, that was different. I'm getting all my projects confused because I filmed the videos for the class. And so now I'm like, oh yeah, it's kind of like, oh wait, no, that y'all aren't seeing that. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to cut out the heart. So I'm going to cut out that. I've run out of room. And then now we're going to cut out this. And which one looks better? A switcheroo there. I'm popping this one up. Oh, I don't have to open the drawer. I've got my little cart right here. Okay, now let's take some real red cotton ribbon. I tried to use the double stitch satin ribbon and it's so slick, like it's slick. Yeah, I like the cotton. So I'm just tying a bow. Oh, I don't like how that looks. There we go. This might be too big. Let me make it a teeny tiny bit smaller. There we go. That's better. Okay, so I'm going to take, well, I better put this down first. So I'm going to add the bow down here at the bottom, and then we're going to add our embellishments. But this ribbon, I think, let's see, it still needs to be a little bit smaller. So pull, pull, then tighten. Now I need a glue dot. Did I glue this down? I didn't. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay. So I'm bringing it up just a little bit closer to the top because of the bow. And now we're going to take 3 of these thingies, and I already separated them from my heart. Faceted gems, I believe is what they're called. And I'm using the little ones this time. So the last time I used these, on this box, I used the larger ones. This time I'm using the little ones so that we could mail this card if we put an extra piece of Whisper white cardstock over top of it. So here they are, and I need my silicone mat and a drop of liquid glue, or a smear I should say. Wait, I need my other, what am I doing? I'm doing surgery. Okay, so I'm going to start with this red one and just pick up a little glue and hold that down. Then I'm going to pick up a pink one, put it over here. It don't really matter what color goes where. Ooh, stay. And then now a white one. It don't even matter what color you put, because once you put them on top of those colors, it kind of just looks iridescent. Okay, let me close all this. Did I do everything? I think I did. So it's still a pretty simple card, but it is a fun fold card, right? Okay, so it just opens up like this. So you got one more thing you need to put there, or you could actually sign your card there and just leave all this blank. Okay, so here's the one we just made, and then here's the one I made this morning. Let's see. Yeah, they're identical. Yay. The only thing is it's going to be really hard to photograph. I wonder if maybe this, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to have to glue it down to photograph it. Okay, so I'm going to look for questions really quick. Who wants to look at my drawing for my stamp room? The reason I'm sharing it is I want to get you guys involved, because I think it will be fun. I'm going to post it so that y'all can see the actual PDF, and I want your feedback. Tell me what I forgot, because that's my biggest fear right now, is that we're going to move and then I'm going to discover that what I planned on paper isn't going to work. And I'm like, you know how you sometimes get terrified? So I'm not going to spend too much time on it. I know y'all have things to do today, but I was going to just kind of go over it a little bit, and then feel free to email me or leave a comment on this video and let me know what you think. So I'm moving from an entire basement to a bedroom, and it's going to be, I think, either 14 by 15. So in the center of the room, I'm going to have an island that's counter height, because that's how I work. I create. And I don't know the size of it yet. Right now we're estimating 4 by 5. It might be 5 by 6, or it might, I don't know. I want it large enough so that I can film my videos and have like a large space. And I also want to be able to cut fabric, because I love fabric too. So behind me would be my Stampin' Storage stuff on my IKEA shelves. We already have, that's what I already have now. So, so I'd be standing here, and then behind me would be all of my stamps, ink, paper. Well, stamps are over here. So ink, paper, ribbon, punches, everything over there. And then this will be my Big Shot station. So if you guys have watched my video of my room, I don't know, it's probably 4 years old, maybe 5. It hasn't changed. It's the same. But I always have to have a Big Shot station. So that's where, because I use it all the time, every time I craft. And then over here on this side, double windows. They're spaced apart. It's 2 windows that's equally spaced in the room. So I'll have some Alex drawers over here that will hold all my little stuff. And then over here on this side of the room, it will be my computer and my printer, my file cabinet, like all my administrative work. And I usually stand. I have a computer desk a Vera desk that rises, and I stand. And then this little section here, here's a closet door. Here's the door coming in. I figured I really want my sewing machine in my room. So I'm going to designate this area for my sewing machine, and on the wall, maybe my quilt wall frame, so that I can put my quilts up there, because I also quilt visually. Like I said the other day, when I create cards by process of elimination. Like I'm stamp, and try it, and I don't like it. I just keep stamping until I get the look I want. It's the same way with my quilts a lot of times, because I can't process a lot of those instructions. I cannot read instructions and understand the instructions. Y'all know what I'm saying. That's why y'all watch my videos. Y'all are like me, right? Okay, so you've seen the drawing. I'll move my hand. Let me know any suggestions. I know that this is what I already have here. I already have the IKEA shelves. I already have Stampin' Storage. That they're going to build my island for me, the builders, and I'm going to have drawers. I'm going to be able to stand on all four sides. I don't know, maybe not on these sides, but I'll be able to stand on this side and this side, because they got to put the cabinets. What else was I going to ask y'all? So I don't know. I don't have a unit for my Big Shot yet. Like, I don't know what's going to hold that. I'm not totally sure about the stamps, but I think that it's going to work. So Kathy asked, how big is the room? It's either 14 by 15 or 15 by 16. I want to say it's 14 by 15. It's pretty tight. Yeah, I'm losing a lot of room. You know what, though? I was watching Jennifer McGuire's video. I've watched it like 100 times now. And one of the very first things she says in the very beginning is that she went from a large space to a smaller space, and it actually made her be more organized and more efficient. So I'm kind of hoping that's going to ring true. I'm hoping and praying. Yeah. I don't know. I'll probably rearrange. I'm not sure that I can, because once this goes in and this goes in, it's not like I'm going to be able to turn it. Like it's going to be in the floor. Yeah. Cause I'm a lifer. Like I'm a paper crafter forever. How do you know what to let go of? Cindy, I have to follow the Marie Kondo method, and I have to say, do I love it? Do I not? Do I have to keep it, or do I not? And so it is really hard. Let me show you an example. As I'm going through stuff, these are some of my old snowman soups. I've kept all my samples. I have them all in containers. I know that's crazy. So I am going to take a picture of all these today. And I'm telling you, these are seriously old. I mean, really old. And then they're going in the trash, because I can't give them to someone. If someone were to eat these things, they might die of food poisoning. They're seriously old. Yeah, so I can't give them to anyone. I mean, I guess I could tear the tags off and do that. But, so, yeah, they're going in the trash. I don't want to. And I asked my YouTube people last week about Brooke's little pets. And I decided to get rid of all the homes, but I'm keeping the pets. I can't get rid of them. Thank y'all, and have a good day.